And now it's my pleasure to introduce my classmate, Lillian Folkl.
Good evening. My name is Lillian Folkl, and I love my class. I've known most of these people since I was in kindergarten. We share just about everything: food, hugs, and a multitude of awkward inside jokes. People have come to TCS over the years and joined our class in a variety of different grades. But even as our class dynamic changed, one thing remained the same: our competitiveness. We are competitive above all else. It's a blessing and a curse. Sometimes this competitiveness made me try my hardest, but usually this pressure to always be striving for perfection made me feel like my hardest wasn't always good enough. But we can't really help it. Being competitive is in our nature, our class DNA. I don't exactly know why, but my class has always been above and beyond when it comes to, well, everything. Take PE class, for example. While another class might play hockey pinball in a good, sportsmanlike manner, our class somehow manages to turn the game into a fight to the death. Ultimate Frisbee and Capture the Flag are like a recess Hunger Games. Our class is just that competitive. We take everything to the next level, and we do it all the time. That's right, we are not only just competitive in sports, but in real school classes too. My 6th grade year, during our Missouri State theme, part of the curriculum was learning about Missouri's judicial system and how it worked. To learn this, we were supposed to take notes. That's pretty normal, right? Yes, it normally would be, except for the fact that many of my classmates, including myself, decided individually that they wanted to be the best note taker and proceeded to write 20+ pages of notes for every chapter. It got to the point where teachers were giving some people bad grades for taking too many notes. Now, I know you are probably out there and thinking, wow, this class must just be overflowing with child prodigies. And I assure you that there is some truth behind that statement, but really, this class is just full of people who can't stand to be less than the best. And I struggled with the feeling that my work was nowhere near as good as my friends, and it felt nowhere near being perfect. In my 7th grade year, we had our research paper theme, for the second time, for we also had it in 6th grade, except now something had changed. There was now a limit on how many pages you could write. I was disappointed, but also relieved when I found this out. On the one hand, I'm quite the voracious writer. But on the other, now I didn't have to write an extra 5 pages in order to keep up with my class's unusually high standard for writing. I later found out this limit was created just to stop our class from trying to one-up each other. This so-called competitive spirit was getting a little out of control. I mean, if teacher intervention is needed to stop excessive schoolwork, you know there is a problem. As my middle school career went on, I constantly tried to strive for perfection, whether it be on math tests, art projects, or whatever assignment I deemed worthy of my attention. But no matter what I did, it never felt truly satisfactory. It wasn't perfect. In my mind then, I had enforced and reinforced the idea that the definition of perfection and being the best is almost identical. I thought that since I wasn't as good as my friends, I wasn't perfect. It took some time for me to redefine what perfection means to me, and frankly, it's still a work in progress. But I've mostly come to the conclusion that perfection is not when you finally possess all of the desirable qualities everyone wants, or are as free from as many flaws as is humanly possible, but it is when you are happiest with what you are and are proud of everything that goes along with it. Being my best and perfect self is when I am trying my hardest, giving it my all, not how I stuck up against all of my classmates. I realize now, I can't come up with the unattainable goal of utter perfection and then become disappointed when I can't achieve it. I have to focus on being the best me I can be. And surprisingly, when looking back on my work in this mindset, my best isn't as bad as I thought after all. When I think back on my time here at TCS, I can happily say that I had a very wonderful and wonder-filled time here. The experiences I have had here have shaped me and clarified what it means to be Lillian Folkl. I'm so grateful to be here right now with all of my competitive classmates, because without them, I truly would be nowhere near where I am today. I want to thank my parents, Carolyn and Kevin Folkl, who have helped me through this process to get here. And they, out of everyone, definitely know that it wasn't always an easy journey. I've learned so much from this school, and I am so thankful for all of the skills it has taught me. I feel like now I can proudly say that as I walk away from this school and into high school, I will have everything I need to continue being my own, new and improved, perfectly imperfect, best self. Thank you.